Welcome to exp33, a world where aged care is non-existent. Daycare facilities is another word for orphanage, and birthdays are no longer a celebration of life, but a grim reminder that death is on the horizon. Lumiere, the last bastion of humanity, where the inhabitants are forced to watch people get every year. Sorry, hay fever's acting up again. Whew. Tragedy will strike. Conflict is inevitable, and secrets will be revealed as we join Expedition 33 as they journey throughout the lands, unraveling the mysteries of the world and putting a stop to the paintress. I don't say this a lot, man, but before this game was released, the story, the premise of people dying if they are above a certain age was really out there. I went to bed every night pondering, what the fuck is going on? Who's this old guy? Who's this chick? Who's this guy really? What's the relation between Fat Boy and Loose Skill? How come people don't turn back on expeditions if it gets too dangerous?
Nope.
Act 1. Phenomenal. Act 2. Fantastique. Il maillot par la qui. La saisie in la palachi. Act 3. Okay, so I enjoyed the story overall, but the big reveal of Mael and the outside world was iffy for me. A large chunk of the game was spent inside the canvas learning about the world within the canvas. So when you introduce the world outside the canvas, you need to tell us what the outside world is like. All I know about the outside world is that there is a war between painters and writers. Nothing else is really explained, so it seems unsatisfactory to not truly learn why Verso died. For all I could know, the family could have done some messed up stuff, which is what started this whole thing in the first place. I don't have the full picture, so it would have been nice to get the full context. But that's just me. It's still a good story overall, and I still enjoyed the journey. Now, part of the story comes the characters and the dialogue.
If you're gonna give someone flowers, you should probably do it before they wither and die.
What, the flower? Or Sophie?
It was great. Gustav, the guy who forgot to wear his plot armor, whose obsession with rocks resulted in
I'm enjoying the uselessness of today and readying my usefulness for tomorrow.
Yeah, well, now you're just useless. Mael, the true MC with the biggest character development. Not only because she finds that she's basically a god in the painting, but she also becomes a godlike being in damage numbers. I usually don't like kid characters or young characters. They're annoying, complain a lot, force themselves to be likable or relatable, but it just comes off wrong. But I enjoyed Mael maturing across the length of the story. Or at least until the end. I chose the Mael ending, and was severely disappointed in how things ended up. She has seen both sides of the spectrum in regards to Verso's canvas. On one side you have Aline, who obsessed over it so much she was willing to die if it means keeping Verso's soul around. On the other you have Renoir, who believes the nuclear option is best, meaning the canvas must be destroyed and all its residents erased. With all of that in mind and her journey across the canvas, I would have expected her to come to a different conclusion, like what was hinted at from Painted Alicia's letter. I thought she'd be able to find a balance between maintaining the canvas while also learning to slowly move on and accept reality outside the canvas. Instead, she turns into a... What the fuck?!
Grief often blinds us, and we make choices we can never take back.
Verso. Oh boy. This guy is cool, sure, but my god, after completing the story and seeing both endings, my sympathy levels for Verso is very low. Throughout the whole story, this guy has lied and kept secrets from the rest of the group that may have helped with changing the outcomes of certain situations. He lied about being unable to save Gustav, he didn't reveal who he truly was, he didn't reveal Mael's identity to anyone, including Mael, didn't give the letter to Mael from Painted Alicia, didn't tell the group about the painted world, didn't reveal the curator's identity, didn't talk about creating a weapon from axons because it was impossible, kept the Rock of Flight a secret under pretense they would abandon the expedition if Eskia could fly, and he kept the wine a secret. God damn, probably missed more, but you get the picture. This guy has screwed over his team because of all the secrets and lies and misdirection. Still hot though. Lune, man, that look in the Verso ending? So much said without any words being exchanged. She is very much justified in how she feels. CEO. I did not trust this chick for a while. She seemed too happy and carefree. Then you learn about her fear of water and oh boy, yeah. Triple whammy.
How upset were you when you woke up in the ER? You were still alive. And a failure.
Eskie, good boy, best boy. Monoko, my favourite character. A foot fetish Chad that people will champion to justify them liking feet. And he looks dapper as fuck in that suit of his. Renoir and the Paintress. As antagonists, I like them. I understand both of their positions and reasonings as to why they do what they do. I don't think they are truly bad guys. They're just caring parents who are doing what they believe is best in an absolutely terrible situation that they've been placed in. So yes, this is Verso's fault. Clea, she's such a bitch. When epic shit happens, oof, the music sends chills down my cocker. Second phase Paintress, fucking chills. Renoir, Simon Says, fucking hell mate. Given I have no clue what the lyrics are, what they are saying, or what they're meaning. You know, like I always say about game music, bad music is something you notice, then put on mute. Good music is something you don't notice, but great music is something you don't know the name of, but you type it into YouTube where it appeared in the game, hoping that it's the one you're looking for. I will say though, the music when exploring the overworld, a bit too somber for my taste. I would expect either something more epic or upbeat, you know, something along the lines of or something like, oh yeah, that's right. The world itself looks gorgeous. It was a joy to wander and explore the many biomes that they had. Discovering the minigame maps was great. Or you won't catch me zooming in and analysing every pixel of an environment. From the standpoint of someone who just runs throughout the world to the next objective, it looked damn good from my point of view. Though, I will say, there are zones that are literally there just to collect one music sheet, which was like okay for one, but there was a couple. The music slaps, but come on, these feel like wasted zones. No boss fights, just nothing. I think I can say for a lot of us, that turn-based combat isn't something that will make people jump for joy. Not to say that it's bad or anything. The last turn-based combat game I played was Infinite Wealth, and that turn-based gameplay was fantastic. So it's not like it's impossible for turn-based games to be fun, but with this being the debut game for a studio, I don't know. Honestly, I was expecting an alright game. A filler game that I'd finish sure, but would be something that occupies my time while waiting for the next game to come out. And let me tell you, I'm so glad I was wrong. Fights felt interactive with timing button presses for attacks, although I do wish it was more than just timing a button press, maybe have a spam button prompt or a timing on a bar, a variety of sorts. Having dodges, parries, grading counters and jumps adds to the interactivity when it's not my turn to attack, and having the game difficulty cranked up kept me on my toes the whole time so I didn't get one shot. Learning the timing for attacks and countering back was hella satisfying. Where games require you to pray that your character dodges or the enemy misses, exp33's parries and dodges rewards you appropriately for understanding fights, but also gives you greater control over the fate of your characters and of the battle. I did question a lot of the times whether I was underleveled for certain fights, as almost every monster could one-shot me, or it looked like I didn't do much damage to them. To be fair though, I guess it didn't really help that I just shoved all my stats into attack and luck. Moves looked cool enough and felt satisfying to hit. I liked that the Picto system was easy to use, but had a good amount of customization and depth to how you build your character. They could have made Pictos a hassle or a grind, but thankfully winning 4 battles was simple enough. While I didn't fully explore every build, I'm glad that they gave you enough tokens to respec and experiment on stats in different weapon builds. Fuck the devs for making me feel like shit regardless of what ending I chose. Do you choose the path of a mass murderer, or a disturbed god living among the populace? I don't know what else to say, but massive congratulations to the studio and all involved in this project. I hope that they don't get too caught up wanting to top or match exp33. Just create what you think is interesting and fun. If it worked for this game, why wouldn't it work for another?